Welcome back to Double Dipping. After scheduling issues and holidays and exams, we are back today with Jessica.
Hi.
Jess, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I know we talked about doing this episode a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it's been, at the very start, I was very surprised at how popular the podcast was. And so everybody was like, oh, could I be in it? Can I be in it?
Yeah, I thought you forgot about me in that sea of people.
No. You're on the list. I have a note on my phone. And I wasn't taking applicants for a little while, just because I had so many. And after I do Leaf, who was going to be before you, but again, more scheduling issues. After I do Leaf, we're going to be open to new applicants. So if you want to be on the podcast, just come find me. If you don't know how to contact me, you're not supposed to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you brought for us today?
So I know traditionally you're supposed to bring your favorite dip.
Yep.
But as I told you, I'm not much of a dip person.
That's okay. A lot of people have had that opinion. Yeah.
So I decided, since I work in a kitchen, to work with my boss, shout out Jeff, absolute G, to create pizza dip.
Pizza dip.
Pizza dip.
I like where this is going, yeah.
So Jeff has what feels like an endless amount of recipes upon recipes. So we really narrowed it down to this.
Okay.
And then I made it. This is one of 3 tins. And the first one, me and my coworkers ate because it was so good. Okay,
well then, that's excited. If people have already, had this and...
Yes. I had to get good reviews because right. I'm biased. Of course, I'm going to think it's good, but I had to get other people's opinions.
Oh, look at that.
So...
Oh, wow. Is that bacon on top?
Bacon, green onions, some, garnish. I'm a chef.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
So that's why for the dips, I brought traditional chips and little non-bread dippers because it's kind of like pizza crust.
It is.
They're also kind of shaped like pizza, which I just realized.
Little pizza,
slice.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's... Well, you said that these are... It is actually still pretty warm.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how well that kept that warm.
Normally we don't go into it right away, but I feel like we might. In a minute. We'll give a few minutes. But, yeah, she's better for viewer retention,
Yes, of course. Can't give it away right away.
Yeah, exactly. But, no, so you've been working in this kitchen for a while.
Yeah, I started around the start of this school year, so back in September. And it's my favorite job that I've ever had. Yeah. I love it so much. I love my coworkers. I love the environment. I love the food we make. It's just great. And it's just my favorite place in town all around. A lot of people have controversial opinions about it, but yeah, I accept those in stride, and I'm like, hey, I think I get it.
I enjoy it when it's a little bit chiller there, but I've eaten there and it's great. So I think it's great that you work there. It's really cool. It allows us to have definitely the most professionally made dip so far.
Thank you.
This looks...
I'm a professional. Spread the word, especially for references.
Yeah, you just link to this episode
exactly.
On the resume. And
with a little timestamp.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm so excited.
We should just get into it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I already tried it, so I know that it's really good. First impression?
It's really good. Reminds me of something I can't put my finger on.
Pizza?
Well, yeah. Pizza. Yeah. There's something else. Mm-hmm. I just don't know. See, I didn't get any of the cheese in that my first.
My goodness. A tiny bit messy to eat, but
that's okay.
All the best dips are.
Jess, that's really good.
Hell yeah. I love being complimented on my food so much.
Yeah, wow.
So much. Especially while I'm working, it's a huge compliment if someone's like, hey, they just said that their food was really good and they get the same thing every week, so that's really saying something. And I'm like,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's So I've never worked at like a food establishment. Mm-hmm. So do you have like regulars Like, are there people you see all the time?
Well, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen, so I don't see them very much, but I definitely hear about them. I know their names, even if I don't know what they look like. I know their orders, how they like them, you know. Some people come in at the same time every day. Some people come in, like, this day at this time, this other day. Like, they get to know the serving staff and the bartenders, and it's just, like, very, like, homey to a lot of people.
That's nice.
A lot of the, like, I find the town is split between young people and older people.
Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of middle ground.
So the older people...
Older people.
The older people really like it there, and yeah,
that's great.
It's a great spot.
I mean, it is. It's not really close to here, so like whenever I don't eat out a lot, but I mean, it is one of the places I really do enjoy.
Yeah.
And I find, next time, my parents will come down in town, or my sister will be down, and I feel like the next time we usually go to eat, and our family tradition has always been Boston pizza. That's what we've always done. And we like it, but no one said it, but I feel like we're all getting a little tired of the same thing. So I think we're gonna switch it up, and we'll go to your place next time. Yeah.
Oh, just doxed myself a little. That's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Send me a message. I also love when people are eating in and they're like, they've sent me a message and they're like, I'm gonna get this. Fuck it up. Like,
yeah.
Make that
yeah.
shit
If you
great.
see this come in, jump on that. No, that's a lot of fun. Me and Will and Murray and Kira, we got into watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen a little while ago, and so I know very little about a kitchen, and all I really know is from that show, which is insane.
Is that the only like restaurant show that you've watched?
Yeah. Besides that, it's all like cooking shows, so it's not really a restaurant. It's basically just like a dude, he's cooking some shit.
Yeah.
So it's different.
I would recommend The Bear, and I know a lot of people say that, but
I've never heard of The Bear.
You never heard of The Bear?
No.
It's like you've seen Shameless or heard of it?
I've heard of Shameless.
The character who plays Lip, I'm forgetting his name. It's Jeremy something.
I don't.
Anyway,
Jeremy Allen Renner, White, which is
Jeremy Allen White. Okay. That's what it is. He plays the main character.
Put up a picture of him.
Yes. Are you the editor?
That's me.
Yeah. Humble.
Well, yeah, no, but what if there is another guy?
There is an editor.
Yeah.
Your second personality. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about?
The Bear. The guy, the picture.
Yes. So I don't want to spoil the plot too much. Essentially, he gets this restaurant. He's like a new owner, and things are not super successful. So he's trying to turn it around, but the main thing about the show is the chaos. It's so busy, and where I work, it's either slow or busy. There's very little in between.
Yeah.
So when it's busy, it can kind of feel like that. It can feel really fast paced.
Okay. I'll give it a go then.
I feel that way about other kitchens I've worked into.
So this isn't your first kitchen job then? You worked at other places?
No, this is my third.
Third?
Third.
The best though.
Absolutely the best.
Yeah.
I worked at McDonald's, so it's technically my second job, but my first job I worked at for a month, so
okay.
At the basically the same time, overlapped a lot. If I started at McDonald's 1 week earlier, it would have been my first job.
Okay.
So I worked there for 4 years. I worked there until I was working there when I met you technically, because when I would go home for a weekend.
You would work.
I would work, or over winter break over the summer. So 4 years on and off, 2 full on, and then I came to school, and then I had to quit because I was gonna be coming here for the summer.
So you're that's when you started all the other 2 jobs, the other kitchen in town. And then
there was a break where I was a CA, which we can talk about that later.
Yes, you were a CA with one of our other guests, Kira.
Yes, Kira.
Yeah.
But then after being a CA, I went back to working in a kitchen, and I actually worked at for the summer. And then there was a bit of a complication with a second job, so I had to quit, unfortunately. But that's when I started at, so it's really not that unfortunate. It was fate.
Yeah, I mean, in your better spot now, and
yes,
it's always really nice how things like that work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to.
So, Jess, you and I, we lived in McIsaac together.
Yes.
It would have been
represent.
Yeah, I mean, I forget that I wear the sweater, but I mean, this one's special because I designed it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a story behind this. So this logo was I reached out to Raw Screen Printing. Shout out to them. They make great stuff. It never comes off in the wash. You know, some t-shirts have a little peel.
Absolutely.
This is like, it's like thick.
It's amazing quality.
And it never comes off. Great stuff. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm designing the Mac merch. Could you send me everything you have? And there was this logo in it. And I was like, I love this. Because if you're ever a hockey fan, it's the Hartford Whalers logo.
Okay.
Just flipped upside down because there would be a W.
Oh.
And it's flipped upside down, and they added the points. So because the whalebone was always the thing in McIsaac, before they beat it out of us and basically erased it from our history.
I'm ashamed to say I might not even know what you're talking about.
So yeah, the whalebone was, so St. FX used to own a beach, and I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure they ran buses to the beach when it was nicer, so that you can go to the beach. And one day, a full-on whale rib bone washed up. So it would go from floor to ceiling in here, but like in an arc.
Wow.
And it was massive, and like the people who originally found it signed it, and it was like this relic in McIsaac for years and years and years. And like it was there when my dad lived in McIsaac, and it was there when my uncle lived in McIsaac. But by the time that early 2000s would have been my cousin living in McIsaac, the whalebone was gone. And now there's always been the rivalry between Bishops and McIsaac, specifically Burke. Mm-hmm. And so Burke broke into McIsaac and they stole the whalebone. Now the story, never confirmed, is they cut it up and a bunch of graduated people from the early 2000s have pieces of whalebone, probably just like a coaster-sized thing. And the whalebone was just never seen again. And that was it. That was the whalebone, and it was gone. And so that really fueled some hatred between the two houses.
How did you learn all this McIsaac history?
My dad.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And so I always heard about the whalebone in McIsaac, and I always thought it was so cool. And that's why I also have a hatred for Bishops. Mm-hmm. So I kind of get why they're trying to get rid of the history of the whalebone. Because it fuels rivalries.
The rivalry. And apparently the year before my first year, so like, that would have been like, what, 5 years ago now?
Yeah, it would have been 5 years ago.
There was apparently, like, the Burmac hockey thing apparently had like a shit show. Yeah,
I remember they caused, because last year when I was on McIsaac House Council, when I got the opportunity to design this, we were trying to get like the House Cup hockey back, and it had stopped because it was just too rowdy to have at the school, so they moved it to the rink in town, and then they caused $15,000 worth of damages at the rink. I don't know how they did that.
Wow.
But they did. And so the town was like, absolutely not. You can't host anything like that here again.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is literally why we can't have nice things. So I understand why they're trying to get rid of this. But
I kind of,
I like it.
Missed that part of McIsaac. Like, it was really, like, nostalgic having, like, beef against another building.
Yeah. I feel like the beef between other buildings, I feel like, is really not important. No, it is important.
It's culture.
I'm gonna try this with the dipper.
Is it still good? Mm-hmm. Might be easier to eat.
It is easier, but it's not as good.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, the pita definitely adds the flavor to it, and it blends better. But this, I think it's because these are so salty. I think that's probably what it is.
I'll have to try one of that after this.
But no, the pita is definitely better.
Mm-hmm. Really good. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my own dip.
No, like, that's fine. But Yeah, so we lived together in McIsaac.
Yes.
It would have been your second year, my first year.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, we got up to a lot of stuff happened in McIsaac.
It was such a chaotic and fun time, and I look back on it fondly.
So do I. I do miss it. I find myself looking back a lot, especially a lot of the people, because there is a lot of people who were up there, and not 100% of everybody who were up there were friends with each other. I'd say 80%.
Yeah, I think at one point, well, from my perspective at least, and I probably just wasn't in on some shit talking, but I thought that there was a time where everyone was genuinely living in harmony, and it was like 100%. Very short period.
I was under that impression that we were, and I think it was around Christmas when we did the Secret Santa.
Yeah.
I think that was great. Like,
before Christmas was great, and then after Christmas was...
I feel like, I don't know what happened. I feel like some shit happened.
Shut up.
But,
Sorry for the audio listeners, my laugh is loud.
Some stuff happened, and I know people just like, I don't know, people just started beefing, and, you know, shit happens.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think for a good time there, it was the best. And a lot of people have been on the podcast who lived there.
Yes.
So you'll just look back, you're scrolling through your feed now. That would be Julia, Harry, Derry, Kira, you now, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I hope to cover everybody. And some of those are going to be pretty hard, though.
And then even, like, did you do an episode with Murray?
Yeah, Murray.
Murray lived in Mac, not 5th floor, but he was up there all the time. And then Will started hanging out with us near the end of the year, too.
Yeah, he did.
So it was, like, really most of the people on your podcast are, like, day one, you know?
Yeah, and me and Will lived in McIsaac on the 5th floor again in our second year. We both say that probably wasn't the best idea. But, you know... because we tried to do essentially what we did first year again, which you could just never do.
No,
what we
it's
had
so
was such
hard. It's impossible to recreate that. That's why it was like such a fond memory to look back on.
Yeah, there's some people I definitely want to have on the podcast that were there that we haven't had. Like, I'd love to have Connor on. It's just hard to have Connor.
Shout out Connor.
Yeah, Connor. I'd love to have Connor on. I know I had talked. No, I didn't. I was going to talk to Haley about it, but Haley's not even in the country right now.
No, she's on
exchange in Barbados.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous.
I have her on Be Real, right?
Yeah.
So I see her and just like in Barbados, just like having the best time every day, and I'm like, this is crazy.
It was honestly probably good that happened to coincide with when I stopped using Be Real, because I get so jealous when we go on trips.
Yeah,
I'm like beefing with my sister right now on the low. I don't think she knows it's beef, but it is. You heard it here first.
I definitely have beefed with my family. Because here, I'm going to eat this and I'm going to tell you.
Do you want me to tell you why I have beef with my sister right now? So we were supposed to go to Osh together, me, her, and her friend Natalie. And then Natalie's going on like 2 other trips to like other continents, you know? Wow. And my sister's going on a trip to Calgary. So she just randomly texted me and was like... Well, not randomly, we were already having a conversation, but I don't know where she was like, oh yeah, by the way, we decided not to go because we're spending too much money on our other trips. And I was like, okay. Well,
that really sucks.
And I was like, I'm going to just work the whole summer now. And she's like, I'm working the whole summer too, besides my trip to Calgary. I'm like, did you just hear what you just said?
Besides my trip to Calgary?
Yeah, you get to leave. You get to go.
Yeah, okay. That's exactly how I felt.
That's our beef.
Because I don't know how my sister pulled this off, but she convinced my mother and my father so she's in grade 12 right now. So the school organized a senior trip. It would have been going to Spain and Portugal. It's a similar trip that I was supposed to go on before COVID.
Oh my god, what fucking school did you go to? And sorry, am I allowed to swear? I have been.
Yeah, no, swearing's fine. And it was... Now, the trip that they were going on, they compared it directly to mine, because it was going to be the same trip. And the stuff they were doing was worse. And it was more expensive. And my sister was like, this is stupid. I don't want to go on this trip. And my parents were like, okay, that's fine. Like, you don't need to go. We can put this money that we had set aside for the trip to go to school, whatever. My sister then goes, now, some of my friends' older sisters have gone to... where did they go? Punta Cana with their moms before, instead for a senior trip. And I was wondering if we could do this. My mom was like, what? No, that's stupid. And so she kept bringing this up again and again and again. And then I'm off at school. And then I go home for like, it was like Christmas break. No, it would have been before then. It would have been like fall. And they'd be like, yeah, so we're going to Punta Cana. And I was like, are you actually insane right now? So it's 14 7-year-olds and 14 7-year-olds, 17-year-olds.
Okay, I was going to say, that sounds like hell.
And 14 moms, and they all go to Punta Cana for a week. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I'm an Indianish. Mm-hmm. That's fine. And I was just like, I was talking to my dad, and I'm like, hey, like, we're good. We're not going places. And my dad does travel around a bit for work, but it's for work, you know, so he's not like leisure.
Yeah, he doesn't like get the time to go out and sightsee.
Until I think he flew out today for work.
Where?
For work.
Where to?
So he works for a plumbing supply company, and so they have a lot of different plants and manufacturers and places all over the world. He's visited a bunch in the States. And there's some in Europe.
Oh,
so
Europe, you say?
It's not just Europe. He's not just going to Europe, right? He's going and he's flying into the place that we've always talked to go. We always wanted to go to Billund in Denmark, which is where Lego's from.
Aww.
And so he's going, and he'll be arriving there soon. And he's not only going to Billund. I was like, fine, just like don't go to Legoland. And he's like, no, I won't. And then his company's like, we're taking you to Legoland. And he was like, okay, well, yeah, let's go to Legoland. And he's also staying in the Legoland hotel for one night.
So he's basically living your dream without you.
He 100% is.
He owes you so bad.
He really does. And like then he's going, like he's only there for like a day, and then he drives out to somewhere else in Denmark, and then he's flying to Serbia. So I'm like, Serbia. Like I know nothing about Serbia, but I just don't, it's not one of the countries that I immediately think, nice, wonderful, beautiful European country. I'm sure it's fine. But I just, whenever I hear Serbia, my mind thinks cold for some reason. Yeah. So. I know nothing about it. I could be speaking out of my ass. But yeah, then he's going there, and then he's coming back. But also, kind of sad, he's there for his birthday. Aw. So yeah, it's his 50th birthday.
Oh, the big one.
And so he's actually going to be in Serbia.
Not even Legoland.
Because his birthday is the 23rd. So he's going to be doing this Legoland stuff. I'm pretty sure, like, tomorrow? I could be totally wrong.
That's so soon, like when this comes out.
Yeah, I know, like when this comes out. He's going to be doing the Legoland stuff.
Carson's dad is in Legoland right now, if you're watching this premiere.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That could also be wrong. I wasn't like trying to pay too much attention to the travel details. But yeah, he's in Europe. But yeah, and then he'll get to come back, and he'll have been to Legoland. If he doesn't get me any Lego at Legoland, like not like I'll like a little keychain that says Legoland Billund or some shit. Like
that's all you're expecting.
I just want a keychain.
I would expect like a 1,200 part like set.
Yeah, I want the Death Star. Like no, like I know there's some exclusive sets and stuff that they have there, and I hope he picks up something. But yeah, I don't know. I almost tried to convince him. I never brought it up to him because I'm like, there's no way he's going to go for it. But I was reading, and that you can get a tour of the Lego factory.
You can.
But like, you have to apply, and then it costs $4,000 US. Oh. Then there's like a super duper exclusive Lego set that's being sold for like $1,500 on marketplaces right now.
Well, I hope for his sake that his company splurged, and that's part of the day at Legoland.
If he gets the Legoland tour, I'll never speak to him again. No, but that'd be really cool. And for his 50th birthday, he's loved Lego since he was like 5 years old. So he definitely deserves to go to Legoland. And maybe on my 50th birthday, I'll go to Legoland in Denmark.
Here's hoping we get there before 50. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm really hoping to get there sooner.
50 is that's your deadline.
Yeah. Well, like, if I'm going off based off of what it says on the Lego boxes, I have to be either between 4 and 99 years old. So I have more than 50.
I'm setting your deadline at 50. If you're not if you haven't been to Legoland,
you'll just be like, the day after my 50th birthday, you'll just send me a text that's like, you suck, you didn't get to Legoland.
Be like, just checking, did you go to Legoland? You'll be like, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was like a long time ago, yeah. No, that's, my dad is definitely lucky with where he's been able to travel.
Yeah, and that's like I've never heard of somebody traveling with that kind of company.
It's odd. Like, he's traveled
Are you sure it's
abroad.
Not a front?
No, like, I'm sure. Like, I've seen him do the work, and it's like pipes and crap.
Well, somebody's got to do real work in a front.
That's true.
It can't all be drug money.
I don't think my dad's is part of a front. But, I'm not going to put it past him.
Good for him if he is.
Yeah, I mean...
Legoland, I mean, you earned it.
If it's a front for drugs, you can make more money. Come on. But, it's good.
Yeah, if we find out it is a front, he's definitely going to need a raise. Some hush money.
100%. Can my school just be, paid for?
You should, text him right now and say, investigate your workplace.
Investigate. You'll figure this... Why are you going to Serbia? Why are we really...
What's in Serbia? Yeah. What do we not know?
Yeah. And the crazy part is, my dad he loves, architecture and nature and all that stuff, but, a lot of parts of, traveling to places is trying foods and all that stuff. My dad is the pickiest eater known to man, so he will not. He won't eat that.
Aww.
It's too...
It's 8 ingredients, max.
Yeah, so, if he were to order this... So, what's... Oh, maybe don't want to reveal the recipe.
Well, I won't give you the proportions.
Okay,
I can tell you what's in it. Cream cheese.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
I thought it was a no-go too until today, and now I'm like, I can do it. There's also sour cream. No-go?
Yeah, that's not happening.
I didn't think I liked sour cream. Anyway, I'm just saying you gotta try new things.
Yeah, Dad, come on. Go to Denmark, try a cheese Danish. I know it's crazy.
Go to Denmark and try a pizza dip.
Yeah.
No, you'll never find one like this.
No, come to Eniganish.
Authentic. Has to be ordered from me.
Yeah.
Nobody
else. Is not on the menu.
Even Jeff has never made this. I was like...
Does it just have a recipe book and he's like, give this a go?
Well, he told me that he was going through, the boss above him, Barry, shout out Barry, also a G, was, asking him at one point to, maybe introduce a dip as, a special or on the menu or something.
Yeah, bring it in.
So he was writing down, he would write down the proportions, but not, how you mix them or, what the steps are. So he was like, I don't know, you probably cook this off and then you add this and throw it in the oven. I don't know. Yeah, figure it out.
So you were really all you had is an ingredient list.
Yes.
Well, I'd say very good job, Jess.
Thanks.
This is very
I'm really
good.
impressed with myself, to be honest. I think cooking might be my calling.
Yeah?
I realize in my 4th going on 5th year.
That's... I think I just discovered my calling.
What is it?
The other day. And this is a world reveal
oh my God.
of what I'm going to do. I'm going to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. And then I'm going to go to NSCC for a year and pick up some technical courses. And then I'm going to open a store. I mean, eventually. There's a lot of steps. But the goal is to open a store, and that store is a computer repair store. It'll also sell
a drug front?
computer. No, it's not. Not everything's a drug front.
I didn't
just
mean
my
to
dad.
interrupt. Yeah, just your dad's company.
And so we'll sell all kinds of things. We'll sell computer parts and a screen or a USB or a gaming whatever. You need the batteries or whatever.
How did you discover? Sorry.
And I will put it in my hometown and have it be there, and I can live in my hometown and do all this. And I really like tinkering with stuff. And that's sort of what we've decided to do. Hold on. No, so for this I want to have a store and run it and repair things, and I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently about computers, and I have for the past few years, but I always thought, oh, that's kind of cool, that's an interesting thing, a hobby. And then I realized I'm like, what am I doing? I'm never going to enjoy doing a super desk job, So why would I do that when I could repair computers?
Do something you love, you know?
Yeah, just work with my hands that I like to do.
At least have it be the end goal, you know?
Yeah.
Like you said, there's a lot of steps before you can open your store, so.
But no, that's the goal.
That's really sick.
Mm-hmm.
I recently, here's manifesting, hopefully. I recently decided I want to work on a cruise ship.
Okay, that's cool.
When I graduate.
In the kitchen, I imagine.
Well, there's a lot of different options. First, I was thinking the airport because of the forensic psych that I study.
Okay.
So, like, security, you know.
Cool.
But then I was thinking, you know, I could do that on a boat. So, like, forensic psych, like, security on a cruise. But then I was like, cooking experience on a cruise. I did theater for years on a cruise. I think I just have a lot of work experience. Oh, and I worked in residence. So,
right.
like, I'm used to living where I work and helping people, just being hospitable-ish.
I think, I mean, that works.
Yeah, like, so far, nobody has been like, no, you shouldn't do that. Everyone's been like, yeah, I can see why you would want that. That sounds sick.
Yeah, I mean, that's... And you don't get, like, seasick or anything?
That's the question I keep getting, and I don't know.
You don't know? Well, you have to...
I don't think I get seasick because I've been on boats, but... They're also pretty, for the most part, stable, aren't they not? I mean, I haven't been on a cruise.
Storms and such.
But yeah, besides storms, like, the boat is so big that, like, it's gotta be a pretty big storm or wave to...
Exactly. No, I think that's actually really, really cool.
It's apparently competitive, so that's why I'm saying, like, hopefully I'm not, like, shooting myself in the foot. Everyone else is just gonna get this idea from me and go take my job. Yeah,
there's a lot of jobs that are just, like, you think of a job and you... Like, you feel like you always have something in your mind, and then, like, people will be like, I want to do this, and you're like, well, that's, like, an avenue I never even thought was possible. Like, I knew somebody, and, you know, I'd ask her, and be like, oh, what do you want to do? And she was like, this was in high school, she was like, yeah, well, I want to be one of three things. Either I want to be border patrol, I want to be a beekeeper, or I want to be environmental activist. And I was like...
That last one's a hobby, usually.
But like a politician.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I was like, those are like
all very different options.
Out there, like, yeah.
Yeah. I always like find it crazy to think about how like every job somebody has, like, besides obviously the ones that are being taken over by AI, whatever, but like every job needs to be done. Somebody needs to have thought like, I need to do that. And I've had that thought probably for the first time, like back in school when they would show us like these like, I don't know why they would show us these, but like videos of like people doing really unsavory jobs, like jobs nobody wants to do, but like someone has to, like cleaning out like the giant sewage tanks, you know, who's like not sitting around, like
I'm picturing like the
people's like shit.
You ever seen the movie Free Day with like the hilarious movie. It's about time traveling turkeys who try to stop Thanksgiving. So they're not eaten.
Is it okay? I feel like.
And anyway, like, if you ever seen the clip of like the guys in the hazmat suits, that's pretty sure so. Like and they laugh, and like one guy says something, and they're like,
yeah.
And so I'm just picturing those guys. Like that's funny, right? Like I feel like I'd need to be in like a full rubber suit. It would have to be yellow. I just feel like that's the right color for that.
Of course.
And then like that's I feel like the only way.
Yeah, I know.
Like completely contained.
And they like do that willingly, and somebody has to, and it goes for like really awful jobs that nobody wants to do, like that, to like beekeeping, you know. Somebody has to be like, I want to pilot a plane, and like
pilots are like a very specific mindset of person. They're like the most detail oriented people you've ever met. A friend of mine's dad is a pilot, and he is just so.
I think you have to be. You have to like really be on the ball.
Yeah,
you're responsible for so many people's lives. But
yeah, I mean, it's...
my best friend back home, when we were leaving high school, she was like, I want to be a mortician. Like, I want to be the people that do the autopsies. And I was like, I've literally never heard anyone say that. Like, good for you.
I think it's a crazy thing to just hear out of your friend out of the blue, and you're like, I want to cut people open. You're like, sorry?
She was either going to want to be a nurse or that.
Okay, so it's like
It's like she's into the medicine of it all, not like the dead people.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
She's just like, she knows that she'd probably be fine with it, where a lot of people are like...
She could be like the person who, like, when you die, like, and like you have your organs donated, she could be the
one that
organ
takes it
remover.
out. Exactly.
Yeah. Because someone's got to do that.
Exactly. Someone's got to do everything.
Someone's got to sit in their kitchen and make a shitty podcast. You know,
so many people are.
So many people are doing that. But someone's got to do it.
Yeah. It's got to happen.
Exactly.
It's like a form of societal evolution, podcasts, you know?
And like, for what I plan to do, like, everyone has something everyone breaks stuff. And you got to get it fixed. And one thing, because I've been playing with like what I'm going to call it and what I'm going to do. And then I had an idea for a service that, like, because I don't just want to run it, I also want to be able to give back to my community. So I want to be able to have like workshops for kids so they can come in and learn about the technology and the circuitry and all this stuff, and so that they can be like, maybe in the future more people will know, and it could potentially make my thing obsolete, but like whatever, but they can just learn and they know how to fix things themselves, and it's good. And then I also had another idea, which would be like crazy to pull off, but like, say someone brings in their like broken laptop, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, this is like an easy fix. I can be like, for an extra fee, you can learn how to fix it yourself, and then we can fix it together, and then they learn.
That's kind of nice. That's wholesome.
Because I feel like if I brought in my computer that was broken, and I'm like, there's like the fan's all fucked and it's all crackling when it spins, and they can be like, oh, we're going to do a fan replacement, and I'll teach you how to do a fan replacement, and then I know how to do a fan replacement.
Yeah, then you can just do it yourself.
And some people will be like, no, just do it. And other people will be like, yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. And honestly, it just depends too, like, are you willing to pay to have that knowledge that'll like save you money in the future? Like, it's wholesome, and it's also passing your knowledge on. I think it's a good business model.
I think it'd be
I think it would also probably get like repeat customers, because like, sure, you go in with your fan broken, but then you come in like a year later because your power button isn't working.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm hitting it, nothing's going on.
Exactly. So like, they know that you'll teach them how to fix it.
Actually, let's see how the keyboard's connected, and we'll look at that. And like, yeah, I've been learning a lot, just passively through watching YouTube videos, because I'll just watch people and they'll buy like old beaten up pieces of technology that have just been like thrown out, or they're at a thrift store, and then they'll be like, today we're installing this on this to see if we can even run it, and like they'll like try to open it and it just won't work, and they just open it up and they just start ripping wires, and well, not really ripping wires, but like just switching parts out and resoldering, and I'm just like, that doesn't seem so extremely complicated, because I was in the computer science rep before, and coding is cool, I like it, it's too complicated. It's just like, it's at such a high level that like I could get there, but I don't enjoy it enough to do it.
Yeah.
So
it's good to recognize that, because like, gotta pick your battles.
Exactly.
Gotta do what you enjoy. That's why we got dreams like this.
Exactly.
Opening up the computer repair shop.
Opening a computer repair shop. One of the names I was toying around was with The Plug.
The Plug. That's so good.
I thought The Plug was pretty good. And then like the logo could be like a little outlet, but like the bottom could be like a little smile.
Happy 420.
Yeah. And then that could be what
that'd be a good one.
Doing. Yeah.
I'd keep that one like top shelf name.
Yeah. No, like I have a note on my phone that has all kinds of ideas and stuff, and no, I mean, it'd be a fun thing to do. Really look forward to it.
Awesome.
If I can do it.
Very cool. So, not to jump back.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, I want you to compare the dynamics. Obviously, I know how McIsaac was in our year, but you stayed and tried to do the same thing 5th floor. Tell me what Mac was like the next year.
Oh, it sucked.
Well.
So, when we lived there, you would go out of your room, and then you could just go, you'd sit in the lounge, you'd talk to people, do work, whatever. When I lived in McIsaac, the second time, I'd be in my room, and I'd leave my room, and I'd go to the bathroom, and I'd go back to my room. Because nobody was in the lounges. Nobody was really talking about. The people who were around it was very different, not very social people at all. The vast majority of the people who lived on that floor I never saw. There was one guy who moved into McIsaac near the end, named Alvin, and I haven't seen him. And Alvin, if you're seeing this,
reach out, buddy.
Reach out, Alvin. I know he was, he had come from away. I don't know where he's from, but he was looking to do computer science. And like, so we had talked about that. And then also, sorry, there is people. Sean and Nat. We used to eat at Meal Hall with Sean and Nat, and we'd hang around. We actually watched the first season of Too Hot to Handle with Sean and Nat.
Love that.
That was fun. But really, like, that's it. Mm-hmm. So like before, you could probably rhyme off like easily 15 people.
Oh yeah, our group chat was 15 people.
And now I'm looking and I'm like at like 3. Mm-hmm. But like besides people I already knew. So like I lived there, Will lived there, Andrea lived down the hall, and Andrea's roommate Leah. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah. I was shocked that she decided to stay. I still am.
I was shocked she, like, at start, no, I wasn't surprised that she was going to stay. I was surprised that she did stay in the end. I figured she would leave, like, and not stick with the plans of staying with Kaiser, but then she did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
It's a pretty hectic place.
Yeah, and it was, it just wasn't the same vibe, wasn't as fun, nothing was really going on. So it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like your first year and second year experiences are like my first and second year experiences in reverse.
In reverse?
Because like I was in MSB and I had a total of 2 friends. And then we didn't keep in contact after.
Oof.
And then I came to Mac and had like what in my opinion was like the first year of my dreams. Like it was an absolute shit show in the best way possible.
It was wonderful. And I honestly think I like 100% believe that we can attribute a lot of what went well to Mr. Ryder Ferris.
Absolutely.
I think a good CA is very important.
Yes.
And I think Ryder fostered that really well, in a way that was just not presented when I went back. Mm-hmm. They were more.
There's like little to no people that do that role the way he did, and the way he did was like 10 out of 10. He had such an impact on this school. He was one of the like class co-presidents.
He was.
Okay, I was gonna say he should have gotten like the Student of the Year award or something.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that's a thing.
I still see his face all the time because he's still on all the posters for the Fox.
Yeah, exactly.
And I see them like when I'm in line at Bloomfield.
It's like
and I just
get involved, sad. And I'm like, I would, but you're not there.
Yeah, you're gone. And like I know people who work there, but I'm like, there's no Ryder.
You're no Ryder.
And then like
as great as anyone is, they're no Ryder.
For our film class, she showed an example. It was Ryder's film.
Was I there that day?
I don't think you were.
Okay, fuck.
And she showed Ryder's. It was a mockumentary about water polo.
I love that so
and
much.
And it was great, and it was so cool to see Ryder again, and yeah, it was awesome.
I still follow his Instagram. It's always like crazy to see his updates.
He's like the most... He cut his hair. It's not long. It's short. Yeah, no, pull it up.
Small delay.
No, he cut the hair. I think he's still got the beard going on, but his hair is short.
I'm scared.
Like it might be about the length of my hair. You did see that? Doesn't it look weird though? I'll put a picture up, but
it's gonna have to grow on me. I'll be honest. The long hair is like so iconic. I honestly very brave, and brave sounds like backhanded. So backhanded. I really appreciate your self-expression. Change it up, you know?
Yeah.
It was an era, but like people change. Hair changes.
Yeah. I
support anything Ryder does. If he has no fans, I'm dead.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Ryder is great, and I would always wish him well in what he's doing.
I want to see him on a reality TV show.
Oh my god, yes.
He has the perfect personality for a reality 100%. TV show.
He would do, like, I don't know what it would be, like Survivor.
Yeah, like, not like a dating show.
No, like, he's doing some shit.
Survivor or Big Brother or, like, The Circle or something. Like, one of those ones where it's, like, social
Or, like The Amazing Race or something.
Yes. Oh, my God. He should apply. Ryder, apply to The Amazing Race right now.
Apply to The Amazing Race.
Your friends would be down. Like, you have to...
It would...
Anyway, this is just a personal message to Ryder at this point. This podcast is dedicated to him.
To Ryder.
From your biggest fans.
No, that was
the presidents
of
the Ryder fan club.
And, like, I remember when...
the Ferris fan club.
When they found his Instagram. And so Jaden went to the PSC and printed off 2 pictures of every single post he had in his Instagram.
Yes, I remember that.
And then stapled them to every bulletin board and on the floor. Mm-hmm. And then, like, they were taped in the bathroom. And
they were there.
The picture of Ryder outside the window was there for a long time. My entire time I was there in my second year, the little corner piece of the ripped off paper was on the window on the outside. It would never left.
Those were there for a long time, even considering, like, I don't know, people just be tearing shit down, you know? And they stayed up. It was like a respect thing.
It was because they're like, oh, let's picture of Ryder.
It's
and
like
then they didn't touch it.
I forgot about that. I got a memory on my phone the other day.
Oh, that was a fun little power flicker.
Hello?
We're good.
I got a memory. I had screen recorded a video from the group chat where, like, it starts upside down on, like, a...
I know exactly what video you're talking about.
On the... What the fuck is that called?
It's, like, the ceiling.
The wet floor signs?
Yeah.
It's, like, upside down, and then, like, the camera turns around, and they're standing there underneath it with another one.
Oh my god. If I can find that video, I will, because I know I have it saved. I'll put it here.
If you can't, I think I have it. So
and oh my god, I remember that. It was so funny.
So many videos of them are so incriminating.
Oh.
Maybe you shouldn't include
You know what? I think we'll leave it, because we haven't even mentioned who was in the video, so I'll leave it out.
Just like them,
but
generally.
Just,
doing shit.
Yeah, we know the people. Yeah. And
if you know, you know. And if you don't, you're out of the know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But no, there's a lot of stuff. That was a lot of fun.
So fun. I feel like I honestly missed half of it. Like, I was having the best time of my life and having the worst FOMO of my life at the same time.
Exactly. I feel like you go and do something for, like, a day.
Or, like, then... you're hanging out with, like, 2 people in your room, and then the other 8 people are, like, throwing pumpkins out the window.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who would do that?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
And no, because I feel like I'd go... Like, I remember there was one weekend where I went... and we closed up our cottage, and I wasn't there, and then I come back, and everyone was like, yeah, this was, like, the best weekend. Yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? And at that point, AJ hadn't really drank or anything, but he was drinking, and he was, like, dancing, and it was really, like, he really came out of his shell more than he had before.
Was that Halloween weekend?
No.
Because Adam was their Halloween weekend, and Adam brings everyone out of their shells.
I don't think it was that weekend. But
take a shot every time I shout out someone.
Yeah, do that, and then by the end you won't be able to understand.
You will be like, "This is the best podcast ever." Jessica's
and then you listen to it sober, and you're like, "This is terrible."
You're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
But no, that I missed out on that weekend, but there was a lot of fun weekends.
It was so fun. Today is actually the 2-year, anniversary of the day that my beef with Harry started, that very short beef. Because I was outside smoking for 420 and he threw food at me out his window.
Yes, he did.
Anyway, I feel horrible now.
I remember him telling me that.
I feel really bad about
and like thinking it was hilarious, and then him going like, "No, dude, she's mad."
Oh, I was pissed. I was so mad.
And I was like, and then he did it again though for like random people too.
But I'm not a random person.
No, you're not. I think he originally thought you were a random person.
No, he said, "Hey, Jess."
Oh, well then.
Okay, actually, the beef has started again. I have beef with Harry again 2 years later.
Because of the same thing.
Yeah, I'm re-mad. No, it's fine. No, because I still feel really horrible about my part in that. I'm regretful, very regretful. Absolutely. So, you shouldn't have thrown food at me, but I shouldn't have been like that, you know? Now this is a message to Harry. This is just a bunch of personalized messages.
Yeah, really,
I'm glad we squashed our beef.
Tag a bunch of people. Sent it out, not provide any context.
Be like, you were mentioned. You have to watch the whole thing to see where you were
exactly.
mentioned.
Yeah, no timestamps.
If this one gets randomly the most views, it's because I talk about everyone. And
that's it.
Everyone likes being talked about. Honestly, the ones that I watch the quickest are the ones where I'm like, they might have mentioned me.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you guys mentioned me on Harry's podcast.
That is true.
It was right after the failed reunion. So I was like, they're definitely going to say something.
Yeah. Man, that was a while ago. Like, I'm trying to remember, like...
That was for Catalina, I think. So November. End of November. November 19th, to be specific. I look like a freak. I have such a bad memory. Wait, no, it wasn't Catalina. We had an actual house party for Catalina.
No, that would have been... It's only been this semester that the podcast has been on, right?
Yeah.
So it would have been after...
What the hell?
Would have been after Christmas break at some point.
That's so
and
strange. 2 years?
That might have been it.
I think so. So that would be like June. I don't know that day. I can name the Catalina day off the top of my head, but not 2 years.
Yeah, and like you definitely we organized like everyone's gonna come and like nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You're all fake.
Yeah, like so we're gonna show up and it's gonna be like reunion, and then we show up and it's you, your roommate who didn't even live with us in McIsaac, and then it was me, Harry, and AJ.
Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up. You're the real ones.
Yeah.
And to be totally fair, the like St. FX party plans decided that 2 years was the day before. So I was working and Tara called me. She was like, "I'm outside your house. It's this color one, right?" And I'm like, "It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow." She's like, "I can't be there tomorrow." And I'm like, "Well, we will miss you."
Yeah.
So that was one justified person, and I got like one or two. I got like one message. I got a message from Haley being like, "I would come, but I'm in Barbados." Like,
perfectly good excuse. That's an incredible excuse. I'm not even in the country right now.
I wanted to come so bad, but I'm not anywhere near you. The rest of you are fake bitches, and you're all dead to me. I'm kidding.
Even Murray.
Yeah. Why didn't you drag him?
He was going out with Kira.
Oh.
Kira had something she had set up. And it would have been really easy, I'm pretty sure, for her to go, but like...
Kevin Bronson was invited. Not personally invited, but Kevin Bronson's welcome anywhere.
I feel like Kevin Bronson is one of those wonderful people who can fit into any situation, and I'd be like, yeah, Kevin was there.
He reminds me of my friend Adam in that way. Like, social chameleons in, like, the best way. Also, isn't it funny how, like, some people you just have to refer to by their first and last name?
Yeah.
Like... Yeah, obviously to your face, Kevin, I'm gonna say, "Hey, Kevin," but like to your behind your back, I'm always saying Kevin Bronson, like first and last name.
Yeah, and because like that's most because there's two Kevins.
Yeah.
And that just really solidifies that. But then I immediately think Bronson. But now in my head, I usually have it as Kevin Bronson, but Kev, that's Kevin Saville.
Is that how you say his last name?
That's
Saville? I thought it was Seville.
So did I, but he pronounces it Saville. I'm pretty sure.
Another person I have beef with. I'm just kidding.
But yeah.
This is just a list of all the people I have grievances against.
Yeah. Just put up a list right here of everything.
All the people I've talked shit about in this episode.
Yeah.
I don't think I talked shit.
No, there was no shit talking.
No. There was one accidental backhanded thing, but it was completely accidental. Sorry, Ryder.
Yeah, writers. I mean, you can't... Ryder's great. Can't shit talk Ryder.
Never. And that's why it was unintentional.
Exactly.
Sometimes people make mistakes, Carson.
Mistakes certainly happened. Like, did you watch Derry's episode?
Not yet.
Okay, so...
That's another...
Derry...
101 very soon.
Derry made a mistake with his dip.
Oh,
so
what is it?
He brought... Oh my god, is it still in the fridge? Wait. Oh.
Guest appearance, Derry's dip. I like that colored in drawing on the door.
Yeah, I forget who did that. I think that might have been... I think that was Murray. Him and Kira were coloring. No.
No dip?
Sorry, Derry. It's just, like, for clarification, it's been a while. Like, Derry's episode was recorded, like, 2 weeks before Easter.
That is a while ago.
And that's the last one.
Yeah, that is the last one.
It's been a while. Mm-hmm. And that dip's gone.
This is actually the first episode of season 2.
Season 2. And this is episode 10. I didn't because I've been talking about doing a 3-man episode for episode 10, but it's just been so busy that episode 10 really didn't happen like that. But once exams are done, expect more content.
Yeah, you already said you can't tell me what my rating is yet, which I accept. But I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I think I'm the 10th person, so it's going to be basically like a score out of 10, in my opinion.
Kind of. I can't give you a score out of 10, though.
No. That's just like how I'm going to personally interpret it.
Okay.
Again,
so,
we don't have to do that.
Derry's dip was a Ruffles chip dip.
Okay.
In itself, onion dip, which is it's a good dip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge onion dip person, but it was pretty good. The problem is he brought those.
That's like a lot, right?
But like it's the wrong kind of chip.
What's like an ideal chip for that? Because I'm
Ruffles.
trying to pick...
like potato chips.
Oh well, yeah. If it's by brand Ruffles, then you gotta bring
It was a potato chip dip, and he brought these and.
Okay.
And even when he was unpacking them, he was like, "Oh, I made a mistake."
That's actually really funny.
And yeah, I mean, it's been so long that Derry's not even here anymore. He's already gone back home.
You're staying for the summer?
That's a whole other story. Trying to, I need a job.
Oh.
So that's the big thing. If you know anywhere that's hiring, anybody, help.
Do you want to be a server? We're hiring servers right now.
I don't know if I'd be good at a server. But yeah, no, so I was just looking, but I hope to be here. That's the goal, is to be here. Yeah.
Very nice.
And then you're going to be here,
yep.
I imagine. Right, because you're moving. You're moving from one house to another. But isn't there like a weird, remember Andrea was saying something, there was like a weird 1 week in between?
Yeah, so we're supposed to move out, like our lease ends. Most leases in at least our university town and 4 days before the end of the month. That way they can take time to inspect the house and clean it and then get it ready for the next person.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure that's what the 4-day gap is.
Oh, we don't have like a...
What the hell?
Yeah, we're just kind of expected to, by the last day, everything's gone.
Well, we don't have that. But, you know, that's fine. We ended up talking to them because they were having showings at our place, and we said, hey, some of us are living here for the summer and don't, like, some of us live close by, we can send our things home to our parents' house for the summer, but other of us, like, a few of us have to live here for those 4 days, so what are we supposed to do? And they were like, well, you know, we're never gonna let you be without, like, home. Like, that's, like, we wouldn't do that. So we actually got permission to move in early, like the day that our current lease ends.
You can just move right in without that 4-day period.
Yeah, but the downside of that is that it's not going to be clean. And the people that live there now, I personally didn't find it dirty the few times that I've been there, but that's like something that my friends all say. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so dirty. They've never swept in their lives. Like, I'm like, okay, well, sounds like
it's also not very hard to just like pass a broom.
Yeah, that's that's my thought too. Because like, I would much rather not have to worry about those 4 days than to like have a dirty house or whatever.
Like, I can't imagine it's gonna be that bad. And the worst thing is you could take all your not just leave your things there, clean, and then move.
Well,
I mean, that might be a
we're supposed to. They gave us like times to be ready to move out and be ready to move into the next place. Okay. So we sort of have to have like maybe we can spend that short gap like cleaning, but yeah, who knows. We have like the morning all blocked out for it, so we're gonna have like quite a day. I've barely packed anything, and the things I have packed like
right because that'd be coming up like soon. Then
it's a week yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have, like, my room is basically fully intact. I took down some posters and stupidly, like, packed up some of my clothes. Not very stupidly. Like, I kept out the clothes that I was going to need for, like, work and all the events I had planned. Yeah. But packing my clothes and packing my hangers when I could just carry the hangers across the street, like, it was a huge waste of time, huge waste of bags. So I considered... Yeah,
because you're not moving far.
No, not far at all. No, so that was a big waste of time. And now I'm full-time, basically, so it's like...
Because are you done all your exams?
Yeah, I only had one.
Oh, nice.
Which was really good, and I had that on Thursday.
Oh, wow, so you've been there for...
Yeah.
Well, not that long, but yeah.
But I felt like I was, since I only had the one.
Yeah, so you were like nothing and then an exam.
Yeah, my papers were all due on the last day of classes.
Yeah,
and
the last day of, yeah, that was a hectic day.
And then I had like basically a week and a half to do like nothing.
Nice.
So it was nice.
No, the last day of classes for me, I had a bunch of stuff due because last day of classes I had a huge coding assignment due, and then I had a final presentation due, which we didn't actually present for, but we had to put like presentation notes in the PowerPoint slides. Mm-hmm. So it was like actually more work than a presentation would have been. And I had that due. Neither of those things got in that day because we, the Physics Society was in Bucktouche in New Brunswick watching the solar eclipse.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
So complete solar eclipse. Like here it was almost, but the sun wasn't ever fully covered. And without it being 100%, it won't go completely dark. Mm-hmm. And so like the moon passed over and it went completely dark. Like street lamps turned on, the birds freaked the fuck out.
I thought street lamps were on a timer.
Some of them are.
Some are solar, I guess.
Some are solar. And like I don't think it was like specific street lamps, but we were in like a parking lot, so the lights in the parking lot turned on. Mm-hmm. And the lights, like some people's porch lights turned on, and it was insane. Like I've never seen anything like it, and the pictures all look bad. And it's it was incredible.
Where do people get eclipse glasses?
So
'cause I know you're not supposed to look with your eyes, but whatever. I tried. Didn't see anything because I didn't have the glasses.
So the glasses are super cool. So you put them on. If you were just in here and you put on the eclipse glasses, I have my eclipse glasses.
Get them.
Yeah. Let me hold on.
I've never. This is a first in a lifetime experience. Wow. Yeah, I was sitting outside in front of my house on like my front. There's not really a step, but I was sitting basically on my door. Staring into the sun. And I was trying to take a video, but it wasn't picking up on my eyes or my camera.
So these are them. So you can put them on. They look like old movie theater 3D glasses.
Are these like, they must be reused from like the last time there was an eclipse because these look ancient.
Those are.
This is like a current.
These are.
Somebody modern day designed these like this.
Yes. So because they're the new standard, and put them on.
I can't see anything.
Exactly. You can't see anything.
What? How does...
So the only way you'll be able to see anything out of those is if it's not cloudy and you're looking directly at the sun and the only thing you can see is the sun.
That's... I don't understand.
It's crazy. So they're like...
so beyond my brain.
Super, 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 super strong sunglasses. Essentially, and there's all these crazy technical specs. And...
So where'd you get them, though?
So these were actually from $5 to $1.
Oh.
Because they carried them.
Why didn't I check? I didn't check anywhere. What am I saying?
And then, so afterwards, after we're done, you can try and look at the sun.
Yeah, I was about to.
But basically, so the sun looks bigger than it actually is because of the light coming off of it. So when you look up, you actually get to see how big the sun is, and it's smaller than you think it is.
Oh, I thought it was
because it looks big in the sky, but then it's just like it's smaller. And then, but all you can see is this orange circle, and when it's the eclipse, it's like, oh, you could see like there's another circle coming in, and then you could slowly see it coming up and over.
Okay.
And then it completely covered it.
That's really interesting.
And it was insane, and like, it was something out of science fiction, because all you could see is the ring around, and it was like, shining, is the best way to describe it. It was just sort of like twinkling, and then like on one side there was like a red sort of big bright solar flare. It was incredible.
That is crazy that you saw all that with the glasses.
And so when it was completely covered and over, you don't look at the glasses. You can't see anything with the glasses. But when it's not completely covered, you have to look at the glasses, or it can hurt your eyes. Because the thought process is, it's covered more, so your eyes open your pupils more, but it's the same amount of solar radiation coming in. So it damages your eyes.
Interesting.
You're also just not supposed to look at the sun directly anyway.
I know.
Which is like the big thing that everyone's always saying.
Is this a lecture now?
Like I always thought, like, sure, don't look at the sun, but like, is it any worse for the eclipse? Yes. The answer is yes, it is. Because it's darker.
Oh, well, you just explained why.
It's darker, your eyes open more solar radiation. So your eyes naturally protect from the sun, but this one, it doesn't work. So you actually can't see a thing.
You can't see the light bulb or anything?
You cannot see that light.
Why?
You can't. We tried to hold
why is it solar and not like that? That doesn't make any sense.
The sun's that bright.
That's bright. My eyes hurt staring at that.
I know, but it's not sun bright.
Okay.
Right? But no, that was the...
I hear ya.
These are incredible solar eclipse, and I'll hold on to these forever, are one of the head of the physics society, department. He was there with his wife, and sometime in the 90s, they were in Germany. They're German. They're from Germany. And they saw a complete solar eclipse there in Germany. And so they saw she had her glasses from, 20 or some, would have been like 30 years ago in there, and that's what she was using for there. And probably not the best idea, because I imagine the specifications have probably changed just a little bit. Better technology than there was 30 years ago to protect your eyes, but yeah, because these adhere to 2016 regulations.
Ah.
So yeah. But if you ever wanted to see a solar eclipse around this part of the country, you can't.
Just missed it.
Come back in 274 years.
I thought it was...
It's going to be... 2044 is the next time there's a complete solar eclipse over any landmass
Where's that?
In the world.
Do we know where that's going to be over?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's not in...
But, do they know,
It's not in North America.
No. Does NASA know where it's going to be?
Yeah. Somebody knows. I don't know, but they do know where it's going to be. I just don't know where it is.
Okay. I might
fall
down a rabbit hole later.
It was a long day because we left at 11, and then we got to Bucktouche a little bit before 3.
Timbuktu.
And then we Timbuktu. And then we were there probably until 5. No, we were there later than that. And then we drove into Truro, and then we had supper in Truro. And I didn't get back to here till like 10:45.
Oh wow!
So it was a big long day, and
quite the excursion.
A lot of the people who were there had done almost some people had all-nighters the night before. Some people up at 2 or 3 a.m. working on stuff because it was the last day of classes.
Yeah.
But
wait, that happened on the last day of classes?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot that part.
So that was that provided a lot of difficulty that I had to get extensions for stuff and.
Sorry, I can't finish my paper. I'm watching the eclipse.
Well, so for superheroes and the supernatural.
I know so many people in that class.
And so for that class, I had to submit my final project that night. And the professor, Ken Penner, is the father of my friend, and just so happened to also be with me on the eclipse, Matt Penner. So we're sitting in Boston Pizza. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm not getting this project finished and in tonight. So I pull out my phone and I send an email off to Ken Penner, and I was like, hey, we're still out at the eclipse. I'm gonna need just a little bit more time. I can get it to you by 3 a.m. And I look over at Matt and I'm like, tell your dad to check his email. Because it's late, so he wouldn't be checking his email.
Yeah.
And then he emailed me back and he's like, that's foolish. Get it to me by Wednesday. And I was like, you're the best, Ken.
That's nice. I thought you were about to say that's foolish. No.
Yeah, that's foolish. No.
No extensions for solar events.
And I was really grateful that he allowed that because, taking the risk to go and do that, I'm glad I did it because, I haven't actually, it's a crazy, stupid, cliche thing to think, but I haven't looked at the sky the same way.
Isn't that adorable?
It's crazy. It's wild.
That is crazy, honestly. I bet if I had a similar experience, I'd feel the same way.
No, it was...
I was a little mad at the sun.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see it with my own eyes. Which I should just be mad at my eyes.
I have some pictures that it's you can see it partially covered, and the picture I chose that I posted on my Instagram,
Go follow.
Follow me on Instagram. Link will be in the description.
Gotta get that plug.
Yeah. Remember to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
For more episodes.
Go find me on Instagram.
We're also gonna get some gaming videos are coming.
Ooh.
Watch the streams over on Twitch, and we're streaming on YouTube now as well.
Fancy.
Yeah, I know we.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting her.
Figured that tech out,
but your Instagram photo.
Yeah, the picture I picked, like, it's not the best, but it is the best photo I had.
I see. Mm-hmm.
It was.
So really, it is the best. Don't put yourself down. Your camera did its best.
Yeah, it did its best, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing you could do.
Maybe the camera felt the way I did, which was like I didn't get to see it. And that's why you're like, this photo shit.
And it was so hard because to take the pictures of it when it was partially covered, you had to hold the lenses up to the camera, and then that proved difficult because I guess your eyes are better at looking through them than the camera is, because I don't know, it's just weird because it would like work in like here, but then you move it over and it wouldn't work as well. So there's something.
It's probably like
something going on.
Designed for like the cones in your eyes and how they reflect light, and like
it's
cameras are definitely different.
Very light, specific for your eyes, and then the camera is just like I can kind of do it, but not really.
Yeah, I saw a lot of decent photos though.
There's some people with some like had actual proper lens attachments for like proper cameras. We saw that because the physics department was actually there taking pictures and recordings of it, and then they're going to go back to Bucktoosh at a later date and take more pictures and do comparisons for basically the light warping for the stars in the night sky is basically what they were looking at.
Fancy.
Yeah, I know.
The hell? Is it too late to join?
The physics
department, yeah. Can I switch in my 5th year?
You're going to need to take like another 3 years.
Yeah, they wouldn't accept me. My grades suck.
Well,
they don't suck. I don't want to make.
It's.
I sent my references to this video at the start, so I can't say my grades suck. R.I.P.
No.
That little piece.
The physics is hard, man. Like it's hard.
Yeah, it's. I hated it in grade 10. Like, and that's like basic. Like that's the easiest.
For me, it was like I found it really interesting.
I asked Andrea a physics question because I really thought I was like eating. I thought I was like I thought I was being so fucking smart, and then she was like, you know, that's not how that works at all. And I was like, oh, so I don't even get the principal properties of what I'm trying to talk about. You don't know the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine you're in a convertible.
Right.
And you're driving this way, and the wind is going against you.
Right.
But the wind is going like 15 maybe, and you're going like 60.
Yeah.
So I was like, you would create the wind by going a different direction. But she was like, I don't know, she explained a bunch of opposite. She was like, the wind is always, like, the wind is that 15 plus the speed of your car, so it's always going to be more or something like that. So beyond me. I was like, why can't it just create wind? Why can't I make wind in a convertible?
You moving.
Me, like
if someone was standing still and you passed them,
I would make wind for them.
Then they would experience the wind.
Okay. That's a little more satisfying of an answer.
Yeah.
Because I kind of got shut down by Andrea.
Yeah.
Andrea, we have beef.
That's crazy. And, yeah, because, like, if you're driving one way and the wind is coming the other way, then it's like you add them, so the wind's, like, even faster because you're moving towards it.
Yeah. In my mind, I was picturing, like, since the wind's coming at me, but I'm moving faster than the wind, that's how I thought it worked, my hair would be, like, going in front of me, even though
you're moving toward the wind?
Yeah.
And now, if you were going this way and the wind's coming behind you and the wind's moving faster than you...
That's what Andrea said.
Then...
You physics people, all the same. I don't know if she took physics. I think she specifically didn't.
Yeah, well, she probably would have just taken the requirement for...
I think she started it, but then, like, took a different one instead. Like, dropped it. Maybe. I could be wrong. I don't want to accuse her of dropping a class, because she's an academic.
Yes, very.
Her future academics matter. Mine don't, which is why I'm like, my grades are shit.
She's always busy, that one.
Absolutely. I barely see her.
Yeah, that's crazy. You live with her.
Except we're probably going to be seeing a lot of each other in the summer. Like,
yeah, because, well, she won't be in classes and we'll both be working. So.
Yeah, she does have research and a job. So.
Right, research.
But
that's like, still, she's just going to campus.
Yeah, and we'll probably...
So not much is going to change for her, actually.
Yeah, her she's going to stay, like, relatively the same. But there's a lot of, well, during the school there's a lot of nights where we don't see each other back home because one of us will get home later, or we'll just both be in our rooms doing our individual things.
Yeah.
But like in the summer, we'll probably like spend every night hanging out, I imagine.
That makes sense.
And then like, yeah, it's just the two of us, basically. I don't know a lot of people staying over the summer.
I know a decent crowd. The vast majority of the physics people are staying. They're doing research, so I know that crowd's going to be around. I know, like, pretty sure Julia's around. Actually, where would Julia go? Yeah, she's moving in with Leaf, actually.
Good for them.
Which is nice. So her and Leaf and Caden, they're going to be around, and yeah, and I think most of those other people are going home, actually. But yeah, a whole slew of people are going to be around, and I really hope to be able to be here.
Yeah. I hope you can too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep the podcast updated with that information. So if you're around this summer, if you are around this summer, do get in contact, because I am looking for more people for the podcast. Because I'm going to try to keep it going throughout. As the weather gets nicer, there's a deck right over there. So we're definitely going to have some episodes of the podcast out on the deck.
That's a really, nice... I keep looking over there because I really like it.
No, it's a nice deck.
It's a nice deck.
It is. I barbecue out on the deck, and it's very nice. When it was colder, I barbecue
right in front of me too.
right outside the door, but I think I'm going to move it to the other side of the deck, like when it's nicer. But yeah, so reach out if you want to be on the podcast and you're around this summer, because I am looking for all kinds of guests. But Jess, I think this was a wonderful episode.
Yeah, that flew by, honestly.
It really did. I mean, that nearly hour 20 we have going on is that just went.
Yeah.
Now our moment.
I've been looking forward to this.
So
for at least a week.
As the rating currently stands.
Okay.
At the bottom.
Brutal.
At the bottom is Harry.
Oh, brutal.
With chips and salsa.
Okay, yeah.
Then it's Derry with tortilla chips and Ruffles dip.
Always a duo,
now
aren't
he's
they?
above. Now he's yeah, he's above Harry because just to clarify, he's above Harry because he put some effort into his dip. He went to the store and he bought it, and he was like, "This is specifically what I'm bringing." He made a mistake. People make mistakes. Harry brought some shit he had from home.
Oh,
so
come on, Harry.
Julia is next.
Damn, all the people I know are at the bottom.
And Julia had chips and salsa mixed with sour cream. So she's there, very similar to Harry's, but better. It was just better. And then I'm trying to remember.
Do you have it written down anywhere?
I should.
You should have a whiteboard that you change every week.
Yeah. No, I really should.
With a grand reveal.
As I remember it, the next was 1, 2, 3. I should have.
You should have 9.
No, I shouldn't.
Why not?
I should have 7.
Oh.
First 2 episodes didn't have any dip.
Oh.
So we're missing 4 more. The next 4 are Kira, Hudson, Caden, and this person.
They must feel so
I'm
hurt.
so sorry. Oh, wait. Caden, Hudson, Jacqueline. Oh, Jacqueline, I'm so sorry.
That's one of your more recent ones.
Sorry, Jacqueline is in 4th. Sorry. So, okay. Harry, Derry, Julia, Jacqueline. Then it is Kira.
I think I might hear Kira.
Yeah, Kira did just get here. Kira, Hudson, Caden.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in for one more.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see if we
the
can.
Final one.
It has cooled down considerably.
Yeah. You have to remember the original.
No, I am remembering.
The original plot of the film.
It was nice and it was warm.
Warm. Delicious. You could probably convince your dad to eat this.
No. You can't. You see how there's all just kind of things in there? Unless it's one Unless it's like
this.
one
What is that?
homogenous thing, my dad's not gonna like even go for
What am I
it.
looking at here? Like, I made this and I don't know what that is.
See, my dad's already over it.
I'm not doing a good job of convincing your dad right now. Sorry.
Jess,
Yes?
you have taken the number 2 spot.
Fuck you. No, that's great. That lead up, you really knew what you were doing.
Yeah, the number 2 spot for Jess. So now, bottom to top is sorry, just Harry, Derry, because those two got to be together.
Of course.
I mean, that's not why they're there. Harry, Derry, Julia, Jacqueline, Hudson, no, Kira, Hudson, you, and Caden.
Caden, we need to fight to the death.
No, no, you don't.
I'm just kidding. I am a gracious loser.
Caden brought really good. It was dumplings and peanut sauce.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a standout one.
It was very good. But I will tell you, it was really close.
Thank you.
It was very, very close.
Ah, I love compliments. Everyone drop a compliment for me below.
Yeah, in the comments, say how much that you like this dip because you have eaten it, certainly.
I meant like that I'm attractive or hilarious, but you know, the dip works too. Or humble. Yeah, I like that one
Definitely
too.
humble.
Yeah.
Talk about how humble Jess is in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And
thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Thanks
course.
for giving me an opportunity to experiment at work as well.
No, it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye. The end.